So Dalton's going to be our model dog here, and we're going to use the Dissolve It. And again, this is the one that removes the sticky, oily, waxy, gooey stuff. They make a number of them. This is a biodegradable organic, and we're just going to take and spray it on the tape. And smells like oranges, so everything's good. And then we're going to let that sink in, and that's going to be the way we're going to get our tape off. I got mine at True Value Hardware, and it's lasted for a couple years.
So we let that sit for like a minute or so.
Just until
The more adhesive remover you use, the less hair you take off their ears and the less they dread having their ears done.
All right. No, exactly.
How long do you leave them on and then off? What's your procedure?
I leave them on 10 days, if possible. I take them off in the morning, leave them off a portion of the day, and put them up at night. I never let them sleep on them at all until at least 3 to 4 tapings. Okay, so what we want to do is now we're going to take the ear and we're going to clean up the scabs and clean the ear thoroughly.
Because now you have to get all that oily stuff off before you put the tape back on.
I use peroxide on
a piece of cotton?
Well, this is actually one of those cotton pads.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever, to get a lot, gauze pads, yeah. And I'm gonna wipe it down with a cloth. We're gonna get all off, because if we don't get it all off, then your tape won't stick. So both ears, we're gonna do that. We're also going to check for odor, make sure we don't have any infections or anything going on deep in the ear.
So smell.
Yes.
Stick your nose up there and smell the ear.
Yeah, we want to make sure it smells fresh. And I'll show you, I'm going to put some peroxide on my Q-tips. And then I'm going to clean the inside of the ear. You can use an ear cleaner if you want to. But I just take and make sure that everything's clean on the inside of the ear. That's the ear cleanup. And then we're going to wipe it with a towel until dry. What I'm going to demonstrate now is how to make the posts.
So you need to make your ear posts first, and they're made with paper towel, popsicle sticks, and masking tape.
There's no need to waste expensive tape making the rolls. So we're not going to touch the dog's ears. We can do that with masking tape. We get our tape ready first. You need 4 short pieces of tape. You need to get it ready first, because otherwise your roll will come undone.
How many paper towels do you have there?
I have 2, but it's only because these are half pieces. Otherwise, just use 1 paper towel.
Okay.
You don't have to get expensive ones until the dog's ears get larger, because if you use too big of paper towels, it'll be too big for the ears. Okay, so then I take and I put the popsicle stick on one end, because we're going to trim the other, and I roll as tight as I can do it. Take and secure it like that, and secure it like that. Okay? All right, now I'm going to trim off the excess on one end, and the other end is fine because I put it to one end, okay? Okay, so there you got. Now you seal the ends. Very important you seal the ends, because you don't want the popsicle stick coming off in the ear. So you seal both ends, and now you've got your roll.
So you're going to make 2 of them, 1 for each ear.
1 for each ear. We begin by taking our tape, and it's got to be the porous cloth tape. Can't be anything else, because it will cause a lot of damage to the ears. The next thing you need to do to prep your posts is to reverse roll the tape on the posts. Reverse roll.
So the sticky's on the outside.
That's correct. It's easier to do when you only have the inch tape, so, and it doesn't have to be pretty. You just roll this, because that is part of what's gonna hold that post into the ear. I should do it with both posts.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to cut our tape now for the ear taping. I'm going to...
And you want to do that before you put the posts in. Have your tape all ready.
Absolutely. We're going to cut 4 short strips, 2 for each ear.
And because this tape is wide, you've split it in half.
Right, and I still would, even with an inch, I'd do 2 short strips. Then I make 2 long strips, and that can be half too. As the puppy gets older, you can use a big strip at the base. This is going to be, the long one is for the base. For now, I'm going to use a half strip at the base. Later on, I'm going to use a whole strip at the base.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. If you have 4 hands,
Yeah, right.
sometimes it's better than 2.
Or 2 good ones, which I don't have. All right. So now we're ready to tape the ears, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a small piece of cotton in the ear, and we're going to push it down as far as it'll go. Don't worry, it will only go so far. It will not go through. You don't have to worry about that. Just don't forget it's in there. Yep. And then we're going to do the other side.
About the size of a dime nickel?
Yeah, these are actually cotton pads, but yeah, about that size. Yeah, and the bigger the dog, the bigger the cotton. But for now, we don't want to put it too big, because then you won't have enough room to put the popsicle stick. Then, got to push it way in. It's got to go all the way to the base of the ear into the cotton. And then before they get a chance to shake their heads, you catch the tip right like that. And then you want to bring the ear around, make sure it's nice and firm, and I usually try to catch it in the middle. Bring it around, not tight, no need to put tight, and then
the long one.
The long one, I always attach the tape to the popsicle stick part so it'll stick first. Holding the ear up so that you're catching it in the position that you want it. Pushing again, holding the ear up, bringing it around again, and deep to the base, because you've got to catch the base or the ear will pop back out. And that is all you need to do for now. As far as ear correction, they're not ready for that. They're just ready to, I don't even put a figure 8 or anything on. At this point, I let them work the muscles, their own cartilages.
About when you're wrapping the ears is make sure to leave this small flap. See this flap right here? Needs to stay folded back when wrapped. Do not bring it around the front. This flap should stay back. It's a natural flap on their ear that helps hold their ear up. You can see right here on the ear wrap, there's this little flap right here that's folded back. On the inside, see? You can see the brown. There's a little flap right here that's folded back.
All right, so we're going to catch it again. Hold the ear straight up, up. Bring it around, catch it again. Oops, catch it again. That's boy.
Good job.
Yeah. Catch it again. And bring it down to the base and up and around. And then we're going to squeeze.
Okay.
All right? And
all right. So when we're talking about catching it, there's right at this point, right here, you can feel where it's mushy and where the base of the ear starts.
And where the
And so
stitches
what you're trying to do is you're catching the base of the ear, because if you only get the soft part of the ear, then all this will just slip up and it'll come right off.
And once they pop out, it's awful hard to fix them without redoing the ear all over again. So, all right.
And
Then
there we
later
go.
on, if you need to, you can put a brace across the ear,
Go ahead, you hold his
piece
ears
of-
up and I'll-
a piece of tape across, around, and all the way around, and to keep the ears up like that. But let's let the puppy work his own ears for a while and get used to it. Plus, these guys stay in a whole lot better if you don't have a brace on them.